Moving to our Christian athlete spotlight, Curtis is going to do one this week.
Woo! Good job,
It's
Curtis.
an athlete that I actually really wanted to talk about, and we've talked about quite a bit because he's really, really good. But I'll let Curtis kind of dive
Gardner
into it.
Minshew?
Yeah, right. Yeah, mine's Freddie Freeman.
What a guy.
Obviously, it's good timing with just winning the World Series. Mm-hmm. So what sparked me to do this was something I saw on Instagram, an interview from 2008 when he was a double-A player for the Braves. And the reporter was like, oh, you're the hottest prospect in the franchise. Doesn't that give you a special platform? He says, yes, but I try not to think about all of that. I make sure to put him first, not letting normal temptations of being a pro baseball player get in the way, which is pretty cool. He knows kind of what his priorities are, especially when you're in that industry. And you see it a lot of the times. A lot of these players just
super
kind of
flashy,
lose control. Yeah.
Don't do what is necessary.
He's still got a haircut that looks like his kid gave it to him. Golly.
One thing that kind of stood out to me, losing his mom when he was 10, but just that being a constant
I think he
reminder.
almost lost his dad too, if I remember right.
It
That
said
documentary's
he
pretty
saved
crazy.
his dad's life by making that call in time.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So-
That's right.
Yeah. So
Yeah, even though he's a professional athlete, still goes through a lot of stuff, and with his son
right,
too,
and his
he's
son.
Everyone's
a lot
human.
going
Yeah,
on.
his son again. Well, he had his didn't he have the one son had something else? And now
Guillaume
this is-
Beret, his one
Yeah.
son had that was Max.
Yeah.
and then beat it. I guess
I
I
don't
don't
know.
really.
Yeah, he's
know.
doing a lot better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really know
he's
how
been
that's all
like that
happening.
fight. Yeah,
but-
it's crazy.
Right. So, yeah, he just believes in God and outwardly expresses it, which is awesome. And he believes that God put him on the earth to play baseball, but if things happen, he gets hurt, he's going to want to do what God wants him to do. So, just faithful and following what that plan is. So,
Yeah. No, he's honestly, the more and more I learn about him, he's got to be one of my favorite players.
yeah.
He's just,
Just-
and he's like the
He's just a good guy. Like,
He-
regardless of him being a
Yeah.
Christian, like, if you just watch him how
That's
he
what I was gonna
plays,
say.
I was like,
Right.
What's
dude's just
insane, like,
solid.
it's not even like how he plays, but you see like all like the dumb things like where they mic up with people, like him and Anthony Rizzo running.
Yeah.
Like, he's there to have fun. He's at spring training. He's like running. He's like, they're gonna drop this. I'm going. You know, he is just a normal human being, just being a normal human being, and he's just enjoying his time. And obviously, yes, does he have the perks of lots of money and the face of? Is he the face of the Dodgers? He could well be. You could say he's one
If
of them.
Ohtani wasn't there, honestly, I think he would be.
It doesn't. But like again,
he's
does it even
right
matter?
there.
Like yeah,
He's
like he
right
is.
there.
He is
Yeah.
again. It's 1A, 1B, 1C,
Yeah.
and those three guys. So it's like to see someone that is that good, that obviously has like the walk-off home run. What is it, like 7 straight World Series games with a home run? Like insane numbers that are never going to be put up again, type thing, and still
Right.
be like, yeah, you're the hottest prospect. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
God's given me some talent that I'm really good at swinging a bat.
Yeah, and there's another quote that he said after winning the World Series. He said, talking about God, he says, he's at the forefront of everything. It is a big part of who I am, what I want to exude to other people and try to be for my kids, lead them into the path of that as well. That's just who I am. Christ means a lot to me.
Well, and it's cool too because I think with being on the Dodgers, obviously the Dodgers, like we talked about, have this big.
They have a big following because they're the Dodgers,
Well,
not because they're a
there's that,
baseball
but they
team.
had the big
So.
interesting moment.
Oh, yeah.
when they tried to have like that LGBTQ group show up that was doing like anti-Christ things and like,
Right.
doing
sacrilegious stuff.
yeah, but they were like trying to crucify Jesus and all these
okay.
things. And I remember like Clayton Kershaw was like a big advocate, being like, no, we can't do this. We talked about that before. Freddie Freeman, I believe, is involved in that quite a bit. And now I know that they've had a couple of nights where they've actually had worships at the stadium, which I was like, that's really cool. Whether it does cost money or if like Freddie Freeman or Clayton Kershaw is like, yeah, we'll just.
They did that in Seattle, too.
Oh, did
That's
they do that at the
cool. Yeah.
Mariners Stadium? Oh, wow, I did not know that. But it is interesting to see, like, again, you see these type of people that have, these, and it is interesting as well to me because I was looking and go, there is a reason why MLB won't put him as the face of, and yes, is he the best player?
Yeah.
Probably not. But again, why is he not in a lot of your commercials? Why is he not a lot of your, your spokesman? Why is he not?
Yeah, and it's not like, because I mean, if you look at Shohei, he doesn't say anything like ever.
No.
You never hear a
He's
quote.
just
You
really
never hear
good.
anything, but you see him on everything.
He's just really good.
Yep.
So it is interesting to me to see that type of stuff. Like we've talked about before, like Christians will always be persecuted. That's just the way the Bible tells us. But interesting. He's a good guy.
Yeah. So
Cool guy.
Freddie Freeman, cool guy, for sure. Thanks for listening to the Kinda Athletic podcast. Please like and subscribe to all our social media platforms and make sure to come back next week to hear more from the Kinda Athletic podcast.